Morning, guys. How are you today? Let me check. Microphone working, camera working. Let me know in the comments if it's not. This is a live stream, guys. If you are new to my channel, welcome or welcome back. And yeah, this is a live stream, bit of a random pop-up one. I have a few things that I wanted to chat about this morning, but I'll just wait a few minutes and see who comes into the chat and I'll say hi. So if you're watching this back, just give me a few minutes while I say hello and wait for these people to join in on the live stream for anybody who might want to come in here and chat. So let's see who we've got in here and say hello. I've got Craig here, Landshark Picker. Hey, Craig, how you going? Dave the Gent from UK. Lynn, hello, good morning. Megan the Urban Fossicker. Hey, Mike, Donna, Dave Repairs. Are you sober yet? I'm always sober, Dave. I'm always sober. Hi, Mandy, how you going? Hi, Top Pro Pics. Welcome here, everybody. So guess what? I'll tell you something excited while I wait for a few more people. I'm getting my hair colored today. It's going to be like the first time in nearly 16 weeks. So I'm ready to feel fresh. Can't wait. We've come out of lockdown enough that we can get our hair done. So today is the day for me. Get ready for the fresh hair. Hi, Sally. How you going? Hey, Brad and Jazz. Welcome. 216 Basement Flips. Hello from USA. Marita from Norway again. 11 o'clock. Wow. It's such a time. It's so funny with the time difference, isn't it? We have, I think in the UK, it must be about 10 o'clock at night there. US, I have no clue. They've got too many time zones for me to keep up. Hey, Kent, how you going? Hey, Barbara. Dave the Gent again. Hey, Shemza, is that how you say it? Welcome. Oh, look, guys, I wanted to come in and do this live stream today. So I've got a few things that I kind of wanted to get off my chest. I'm not really one who likes to talk about controversy or drama in the community or anything, but yesterday there was a post in one of the Australian reselling groups, and it's an open forum, so I don't feel like I can't talk about this post wasn't just directed at me, it was directed at the Australian YouTube community as a whole. And I have to say that it really what's the word? It bothered me. This particular post bothered me. I felt like there was some real nastiness to it in not only the poster, but also some of the comments. And by the time I saw the thread, which had about 85 comments on it, the moderators had closed the thread down, and I unfortunately didn't get to have my personal say on the matter. And I just wanted to speak briefly about it. I don't want to harp on about it, but I did want to give my 2 cents worth on this particular, topic. So I've just got it here in front of me. Basically, this person, let me just give you a little bit of context for this. The Australians as a reselling community are a very small community compared to the US and the UK. We do not have many, we don't have the same kind of reselling community that the bigger areas of the world have. We just don't. I can go into an American eBay group and there will be 70,000 resellers in that particular group. We basically have 2 Australian groups dedicated to Australian resellers, and both of those groups I think have 2,000 people in them, and pretty much the same 2,000 are in each of those 2 groups. Now, I'm a moderator, I'm an admin on one of the groups, and this particular group where this was posted yesterday was where I am not a moderator. But basically, this person came in saying, can we please ban all the self-promotion in here? This group is basically all about YouTubers, the YouTubers sharing their video links. Now, for a start, I could probably count on 2 hands how many Australian YouTubers there are. There's probably about 8 to 10 of us, and, a few of us who are actually pursuing this as kind of like strongly, I guess. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a few of us who are really going at YouTube, and then there's like half a dozen who are, doing it as a bit more of a hobby, I guess. There's not many of us. So it's not like, yes, we're putting our posts into a YouTube group because we're allowed. Like it's an eBay group about selling on eBay, and our posts, our videos are giving help on eBay. So I don't really see it. It's not self-promotion. We're not promoting videos that are all about anything else. We're promoting stuff that is actually related to eBay and help. And I like to think of my channel as a channel that offers help. That's always been my what's it called, like a business mission statement, I'd say. The mission statement for my channel, if I was to say it, is I want to come in here, I want to help people, I want to motivate people. I'm not an expert. I share my own personal journey, and if I can give somebody else some tips along the way, then that makes me feel good. I enjoy helping other people is what it comes down to. And I think there's a misconception that we come onto YouTube and we give away all the information for free and we make heaps of money from this. And we actually don't. It's very hard to make money on YouTube unless you really strike it big. And that only happens to a few reselling channels. There is not a lot of reselling channels in the world who are actually making the mega bucks off YouTube. The people like me who are sitting close to 10,000 subs, it's not very much money that we actually make, and it doesn't even cover the amount of time or hours that we put into making the videos or helping people. I think some of the stuff that bugged me with this particular post yesterday was when somebody said that we don't help. We just come in here and put our links up into these Facebook groups and we don't help. And that's where I got really kind of a little bit upset with that, because I feel like I help people a lot. And I get DMs on Instagram and Facebook on a daily basis asking for help. I get people who ask me why their stuff isn't selling. And very often I actually offer to take a look at their stores and go through things with them, give them some critical critique, and actually help them by looking into their own personal stores. Sometimes I can spend an hour looking at somebody's store out of my time, out of my family time, to help somebody else try and get some more sales. Even recently, somebody gave me access to the back end of their store. I went in there and helped change titles around and, helped try to work out why their sales couldn't be higher. So I did that all for free. That took me several hours to help that particular person. And I think what people forget is I also admin four groups on Facebook that are related to eBay. So that's actually a lot of work. So when people come in there and say these people put their links in and they don't actually do any help in the Facebook group, I think that's really wrong, especially in the Australian reseller group that I'm an admin in. I'm very active in that group. If you were to search my name, I'm in there all the time helping people. And, so it kind of just, I don't know, it just makes me feel disappointed when people say that we don't help people. Even just adminning a group and accepting people into that group. We don't just accept any Tom, Dick and Harry into our groups. We want to make sure we're not letting spammers and, hackers or anything like that. We actually spend time looking at each person's profile before we decide whether or not they can come into the group to make sure they're not a fake account. All that kind of stuff is time consuming, and it might not seem like to you guys that we're actually help, but there's so much behind the scenes that some people don't realize. And I feel so lucky that I've got a community here on YouTube that is so supportive of me. So this isn't directed at you guys who actually do support me, but I just feel like there needs a little bit of a reminder that we're actually real people sitting here. And, for people to sit there and say that we don't help. Well, that's probably gets under my skin the most, because I know how much I help give people. I can spend over an hour a day just answering comments on my YouTube channel, and sometimes I don't get to them all straight away. It might take me a week or two to even get to the bottom of my comment pile, but I try and reply to every single comment that I've got. And there's people on there bagging out our thumbnails, like with all the all the shock faces. And that might seem silly to you if you're not a YouTuber, but you've got 2 seconds when you're making a YouTube video to get somebody's attention on whether or not they're going to click on your video. And it either comes down to the title or what's on the thumbnail. So you need to show some kind of expression to be able to describe what the video is about. Like, is it about like something bad's gone wrong? Is it a happy video? Like, the facial expressions, I know they can seem a little bit over the top, but it's kind of part of the YouTube game. And if you're putting in the time to make these videos, well, at the end of the day, the idea is you do actually want people to watch your videos. So I just want to make it clear, I'm not putting my links into these groups as particular as self-promotion, come subscribe to me. I don't charge anything on my channel. I don't sell any courses. I never have. I don't ask you to buy anything from me. If you get help from my videos, then I appreciate you watching, and I get a little tiny bit of income that comes through from the views that come on my channel. I don't get money for the amount of subscribers I have on my channel. I get money if somebody watches a video of mine. And so I always try and make sure that I'm either adding some kind of value into my videos, or that I'm adding like some kind of entertainment. Like, that's basically why we're here on YouTube. We want to learn and we want some entertainment, and I try and include a little bit of both into my videos. So I just wanted to have my little say on that, because the thread got closed off before I did. And I kind of just feel like we're only a small group of Australian resellers here, and it's nice to support all of us. I don't know any of the Australian resellers who are doing this with bad intentions. Everybody's here to try and help or share their own journey. And, if you like that and you want to come and watch it, then I think that's awesome. And we appreciate you, all of you, for showing that support. And, where I speak on behalf of all the other Aussie YouTubers when I say we are grateful for every single one of you who watches our videos. We're not doing this as a look at me. We're doing this because we are the type of people that enjoy helping people. And if I was doing eBay, just eBay with no YouTube, I'd be bored out of my brain and I'd probably be in another job. YouTube is what keeps me social. It keeps me creative. It keeps me happy, and it makes me feel good helping other people. So I guess that's my little rant for the day. And as my thumbnail might have been a little bit of a dig at that today, because I was kind of quite upset by it last night. But I am here in the chat as usual, willing to answer any questions that I might be able to help you guys with. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I don't know everything about eBay, but I certainly am willing to help with anything that I do know. And, I don't hide anything. I'm here to show it how it is. And, yeah, 10-minute rant. No, it's not really a rant. I didn't want that to come across as a rant. It's not a rant. Like, I'm just a little bit disappointed that some people feel like we just plug our links and we don't help, because that's not the impression that I want to give out. My impression has always been that I help other people with this channel, or that I motivate them, or, something along those lines. So that's the goal of my channel. And now I'm going to the chat. Take a deep breath. I'm going back up. Okay, let me see. Thought I was a natural blondie. I'm very natural, can't you see? Hi, from Connecticut. Hello, everyone. Looking forward to more Mel raps. Oh, I'm a natural singer, aren't I? Thank you. Look at that terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. Yeah. Time in, very true, time in return on YouTube. You know, Brad and Jazz, another Aussie couple. And I know that they give a lot to this community, and there's a lot that they give behind the scenes, and they're very supportive of other people. And, you know, they're out there like me trying to help other people and motivate other people. Thank you, Joan. Like I do try and be helpful. So, you know, it does, you know, when somebody says we're not being helpful as a YouTube community, as an Aussie YouTube community, it, yeah, it stings a little bit. It stings a little bit because I know that's not the intention of any of us. Yep. Where are we? They probably want the work done. But I mean, I don't know. Jealousy came through in those comments you were talking about it. Moderators will deal with them. You know, it is, you know, I moderate four eBay places. You know, you don't do that unless you want to help. You know, like it's a lot of work moderating a group, even if you are not always getting in there. Like every single time I open up my phone to look onto Facebook, this group needs somebody approving, this one needs somebody approving, this one needs somebody approving, this post has been reported. Like it's a lot of stuff to actually get through before you even get into the Facebook page to see what's being commented on. Yeah. You do, Mel, understand the post. As a seasoned seller, I still learn from all YouTube videos and skim across those that are relevant. Don't let the comments hit you personally. Yeah, I really try not to let things hit me personally. I feel like I've got pretty thick skin. You've got to have thick skin to be able to do YouTube, I think. And, you know, I don't let many things bother me, but actually somebody saying they don't help us, that bothered me more than, you know, anything really that's ever been said. And yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Jada. And you keep up the good work too. You know, you've got a good channel. Yeah. So that's it. Hi, Mel. I bet you are selling a lot of books right now. I have got a lot of books sitting down here beside me from my big haul that I recently got. My shelves are starting to fill up because I've been listing lots and lots more books. So, yeah, I'm selling some interesting books at the moment because I've been selling the Hoarders haul. And he's not only did he have a really interesting haul of bits and pieces, bric-a-brac and everything like that, but he had a really interesting collection of books. And so it's quite surprising me at what some of them are pricing at. And I've already sold quite a few of them, and they're interesting ones that I've sold as well. So I'm learning, even though I've done books full time for like 18 months, I'm learning so much still. Like that's the one thing about books. There's so many millions of different books in the world. Like you can never stop learning, you know, which ones are good. When you're putting up a video of what's sold, I really enjoy watching you. Thank you, Barbara. I'm going to have a few more of those coming soon. I really want to show some of these sales that I'm making from the haul. So, yeah, I've just been trying to build the store back up again because I did take quite a bit of time off. You know, my store numbers had dropped from about 3,000 listings down to about 1,000. When I moved into this shed, and I've been slowly building it back up. I think I'm sitting around 1,700 listings now. So things are starting to come back up. But once I kind of dropped my store from 3,000 to 1,000 listings, I noticed a hit in my sales. So it's now like the sales are still good, but I've got to build it back up again to get those numbers. I definitely found that I was getting the most sales when I was sitting around that 3,000 listings, 2,800, 3,000 listings. So I think I'd kind of quite like to get my store up back around those levels, pumping out the same amount of books. The shed is looking awesome. Are you feeling at home? I am feeling really, really at home in here now. I just gave it a tidy up yesterday. There was stuff everywhere. I couldn't even walk in here. And I've got another video that I'm making where I'm sharing more about this haul, and I was like, I can't even move in this shed to take any film footage. So yeah, I spent a couple of hours in here yesterday giving it a really, really big overhaul. But yeah, I feel like I'm finding my groove in here now. Like all my processes and stuff are starting to match up, and yeah, I definitely feel like I'm finding my groove. I recently quit my corporate engineering job and decided to get a job at Goodwill. I did it with the intention to learn from the inside and figure out how to scale this business. I think that's I think that's an awesome way to do it. You must see so many different things come through Goodwill, and you just forever learning. Like, I can't believe the stuff that I got from this hoarders haul that I would have classed as rubbish, and it's turning out that it's very profitable stuff. So there's so much to learn always. It doesn't, you never stop learning. And if you surround yourself in a place where you're getting all this stuff coming in, that's a perfect place to learn more about, what comes in, what type of things are donated, all the processes behind it, and then you can get selling. And yeah, after about 7 months, I left, and thanks to people like you, I'm now doing eBay full time. And you've written that twice, but well done. Like 7 months you've left. You've obviously probably learnt so much from working at the Goodwill, and I'm really appreciative that you've got some tips from my videos, because I do aim, like, I don't really want to make a video where people get nothing from it. Like, even like if I'm making a vlog, I'm trying to throw some tips in there, or some, share some stuff. So I definitely want to give everybody help. I guess my eBay shed videos probably, they gave people more entertainment than actual like eBay tips or anything like that, but they were still part of my process. This channel is, my personal eBay journey, and but the aim of it is to help other people. If I want somebody to come and watch me, I feel like I should be giving value or entertainment. So that is the aim of my channel. So every time I put a video out, I really do go into it with the intention. I think about these videos a lot, and I think about, what can I offer the viewer? What can I offer them? What can I offer this viewer who's coming to spend 10 minutes of their time watching my channel? I want to give them a tip. I want to help them. I want to maybe make it a little bit funny or entertaining so that they smile at the same time. I want to motivate people. I've learned so much from you here in Arizona. Have laughed and cried with you as you've hit the bumps, and I want to give you a hug. Thank you so much. Like, honestly, Kath, thank you. I feel like I do share the good, the bad, and the ugly on this channel. I don't try and hide too much. If, reselling life isn't always perfect. I don't have the perfect store. I don't make the perfect sales. I can barely even feel like I class myself as a full-time eBay seller at the moment, because YouTube does take up a lot of time. Answering comments takes a lot of time. Helping other people takes a lot of time. And really, my eBay store takes a hitting from that. I could be earning a lot more money in my eBay channel, in my eBay store, if I wasn't trying to help other people. and would I like to make money from YouTube? Sure. I don't think anybody who goes hard at YouTube, wouldn't like to make money and have like a really big channel. I'll never deny that. That would be wonderful, because I would not only would I be helping people, more and more people, I'm getting to be creative, which is the important part of me and my personality. And if it's helping to support my family, then wow, how lucky am I to get to enjoy something that I love, and get to go to a job where I help people and love the feeling of giving that help. So yeah, that's how I feel. Are my YouTube videos supposed to be helpful? Helpful, yes. Helpful and entertaining. What support can a reseller friend give them? What support can a reseller friend give them? I'm not sure. Like, people who support me, you guys support me just by watching your video, by watching my videos. That's all I want. That's all. Like, that supports me, watching my videos, commenting on my videos, like, yes, that really helps me and it does support me. But I also don't want people coming here if they don't like what I'm doing. I'm not asking that from when I put my link into other groups. If somebody doesn't want to watch my video, that's fine. There's other people that want to, and I will find my community of people that want me to be able to help them or support them or motivate them or whatever it is they might get from my channel. All of the YouTubers in Australia at present, Diary of a Flipper, Two Aussie Thrifters, Sir Long, Mel, etc. The brutal honesty of you guys and gals plus Aussie directness is one of the best things into battling platforms and opportunities. Thanks to all. Yeah, I think, as Aussies, we don't beat around the bush, like we're pretty... we pretty much say it how it is. We're not really fluffing around too much. I try not to put fluff in my videos. You should see how much I chop them, like that's why they take me a long time. You will notice when I do a live stream, I can get a little bit distracted, go off on different tangents. Well, I can actually do that when I'm filming a video as well. And when I'm putting it together, I have to chop because I don't want to fill it with fluff that's not, what the video is about or what it's interesting. I try and, I try and only fill my video with the actual information that's needed. I try not to fluff around. If the video only needs to be at 10 minutes long, I'm not going to make it 15 just for the sake of making it 15. I try and make my video as long as it needs to be, and that's it. Hey Sherry, how you going?
I'm happy to be here.
Oh, I said hi Sherry, how's it going? And Suri said she was happy to be here. Shh, Suri, turn off. I need to be your editor. Dave, you want to be my editor? You want to be my shed organizer? What else do you want to do? No, thank you. Megan said the shed videos were great. It was fun seeing the hot handy husband at work. Honestly, the shed videos were so fun for me to make because they were less pressure for me, because you wouldn't believe how much pressure I do put under myself to make sure I'm saying the right stuff, giving the right information. I don't want to give any false information, especially if I'm talking about like a tutorial or like a real help video. I don't want to give, the wrong information. So I do a lot of research before those videos. So the shed videos were kind of nice because I was able to come out here sometimes in my pajamas and just kind of film Aaron doing all the work. How's the Beano comic selling? I haven't actually listed the Beano comics, only because I found the 2 in that one box. Then I found one more Beano comic in another box. So I thought I might set the Beanos aside just in case there's another box with more of them, and then I can deal with them. So there's quite a few of his books where I'm noticing there's the same kind of theme. So what I'm kind of trying to do is set some of those books aside so then I can make a decision whether or not some of them get bulked up or if there's actually a set or a series. Or there's not much fiction in this haul. It's all non-fiction really. And if it is fiction, it's not like sets like trilogies or anything like that. Is quite classic literature, that if it is. Did you have to rent the storage unit again with the hoarders haul? So we kept one of the storage units anyway because we've still got some personal stuff that we needed in storage, because when we converted this was the only shed that's on this property. So we don't have a garage now to store any of our camping stuff. Aaron's got a lot of work tools and stuff that he doesn't use all the time and need to carry around in his truck every day, but he still needs to keep those things. So we did, and I've got a lot of my kids like keepsakes, from when they were kids, paintings, school portfolios and reports and things like that. And this house doesn't have a lot of storage space inside it, and not having a garage made it hard. So yeah, we did keep one of the storage units. Aaron has actually bought a secondhand shed, 3x3 meter shed, that we're going to get a slab down, and he's going to put that out the backyard somewhere so we can bring our personal stuff over into a little shed here at home. But in the meantime, we ended up keeping one of my storage units, and we kept one of the ones I already had because I was still getting at a cheaper rate than what they're currently leasing for. So we kept one of the storage units. It's probably bigger than what we needed, but it's worked out well because it meant that I was able to bring the haul across and store it there. And I'm basically just going, when I go to the post office every 2 days, I'm stopping at the storage unit, grabbing a carload of boxes and then bringing them here and then sitting down working on these boxes for a few days. And then I go back and I grab another couple. So it's kind of good. I feel like I'm getting through the haul without bringing it all here at once and making me feel overwhelmed and in a big mess. Where are we? If you've got any questions, I'm here to help for free. Hi, Minikin. I love your channel on YouTube. It's one of my go-to places if I need a pick-me-up. Your content is always relevant and informative. Thank you so much. I do aim for that. So I do really appreciate that. Hey, Lainey. Good morning. I hope you're feeling well, Lainey. I know you've been in hospital lately, and I hope you're doing better. Thank you for your time and assistance. I'm enjoying your channel. No worries. Like I said, any questions, feel free to ask. I really wished you lived closer. I would have had so much fun helping you sort all through that. Yeah, Megan actually loves selling games and puzzles, and she's got like this huge collection of board games in her own personal collection. She collects them and plays them, all the time. So when I told her that I'd got this haul that was full of all these puzzles, she was just like, send me photos. So every time I'm sending her photos and yeah, she's like, oh, I haven't seen that one, or that one looks good. Thanks, Steve. Your videos are both entertaining and educational. Just my final thoughts. I'll catch up the rest tomorrow. I've got to go to bed now. Thanks, Steve. Thanks so much for watching, Steve. I appreciate it, and good night. Did you find a lot of valuable items? I have found a lot of valuable items. There is they're much more valuable than I was expecting. And every time I price comp something, I'm kind of like surprised by what it's pricing for. So there's a lot of stuff that I'd kind of set aside in boxes thinking, I'll get rid of that. And then I've been so lucky that people in the comments have said to me, don't get rid of that. Don't get rid of that. That's worth a lot of money. Oh my goodness, look, that's this brand, So I've been really lucky that I've had a lot of help in the YouTube comments from viewers who know more about that kind of stuff than me. So they've been very, strong about me not getting rid of anything without price comping it. So all the stuff that I thought I'd be able to do an initial cull of, just by you can tell some things off site sometimes that, it's not going to be worth reselling or worth money. I don't think I can do that with this haul. I think I literally need to just bring it all over box by box and, fingers crossed. Your mail seems a lot higher than in the UK. Yeah, well, we don't have media mail. So we don't have media mail, so we don't get like a cheaper rate on our CDs, DVDs, and, our books. We have to pay flat rate parcels basically to send any of that. We can send like a CD or a DVD into a tracked envelope, and we kind of have to send them tracked these days because when you start sending things untracked, then you run that risk of getting dings against your eBay account because because people are saying it hasn't arrived or there's no tracking to prove that it has arrived. So I always send everything tracked, so I have to pay a little bit more anyway, but I'd rather send it tracked than get the dings on my account. What color is your hair going to be? I just got some lip gloss because I'm dry from talking. Hold on. Okay, so I've got a bit of a dilemma with my hair. Just before lockdown. So my last hair color before lockdown was the 6th of July, I think. And I'd my hairdresser left in about January, and I've been using another girl. My hair's been feeling like a lot thinner lately. And on the last hair visit, when I came home that afternoon, my hair got heaps of breakage. I don't know if you can see here. It looks like I got a really bad fringe. But my hair broke a lot after my last color. It was just over processed, and I had to go back and get like some like free treatment and everything. But then we went into lockdown. So even though I've hated having all this dark hair growth, it's actually been good for my hair to have a break, because like I needed to repair it. I have been spending a lot of money on repair shampoos and stuff trying to fix it. So I'm actually going to a new hairdresser today that I've never been to, and I've already told him my story about my breaking hair. So I think he's going to be quite gentle with my hair today. He's possibly not even going to do a full color like I would normally get. He might just do the part line to try and help me out with all this. So it'll probably still be a blonde color, but it I don't know. I have to see what he says by the condition of my hair. He might have to mix it blonde with some browns, and I don't know, but hopefully whatever is done, it'll be better than how it's looking. I don't think it'll be a full head color, unfortunately, but yeah. The high cost of mailing is unbelievable. It's really pushing competition with pricing. Yeah, it would be great if we had some more options. I mean, we've got Sendle here in Australia, which is a little bit cheaper, but at the same time, they don't pick up from all the regional areas. They don't deliver to all the regional areas. So most people who use Sendle still have to use a combination of Australia Post and Sendle. So we're kind of, for me, it's just easier to use Australia Post, because I know that they will deliver my parcel to anywhere that's been ordered. But it is expensive. Yep. Purple hair. I've never had crazy colored hair. It's one thing I'm pretty simple. I stick to my blonde. I've been blonde since I was 21 years old. So I go blonde, but then every now and then I've gone back darker over the years so that I can give my hair a bit of a rest. And then I don't like it. I always go back blonde. Hey, Toby, how you going? I think we are starting an inflation cycle. Petrol up 20 cents a litre in 24 hours in the Hunter Valley. Wow, that's huge, eh? To be honest, I don't even know what I pay for petrol. I just put it in the car. I don't even look. I mean, I need the petrol, don't I? So I don't even look what it costs. I literally stop at the petrol station and put it in. Hi, Richard. How you going? Hey, Poe. Question: is it okay to list encyclopedias in small lots? Yes, I would say yes, definitely. The thing with encyclopedias, I tend to stay away from them because, one, they are so heavy. So if you sell them in a bulk lot, you really need to go via a courier or something, rather than if you went through Australia Post with a set of encyclopedias, oh my goodness, it would cost you so much money. So I think, yeah, with encyclopedias, I would break them up. I would probably, if you did break them up, I would make sure the buyer, if somebody bought them, was notified that you had the rest of them for sale. But yeah, encyclopedias are tricky. They're tricky. I just tend to stay away from them because they're just so heavy. I tend to stick to sending books that will fit into the padded mailers that go up to the 5 kilo limit. Anything else over that 5 kilo limit, I don't really want to worry about too much. So I haven't actually sold encyclopedias. I think it would be okay to list them in small lots or individual books. I would run the sales comps on it, and check to see how many are selling like that. Otherwise, you could try and do a local one with free pickup or Facebook Marketplace even. But they do sell, but they're tricky. You got to find somebody who wants that big collection of encyclopedias, or somebody who's just trying to replace like a couple of them. Where are we? Hey, JT, how you going? Where are we? UK's fuel is about to go up. I'm looking to get a new car. I feel like my car is not really surviving very well at the moment. Like, my car is only small, and I take heavy loads of books multiple times a week to the post office. when I do shop and do book hauls, I'm normally buying like at least 100 or 200 books at a time often. And that's not even like a big haul, but I often do bulk loads where I get like 100 or 200 at a time. My car's not really cutting it. So I'm looking at a new car, but you know, I don't owe any money on my car that I currently have. So if I go to a bigger, fancier, flash new car, well, I got to get a car loan. So the thought of having to go to a car loan, where do you stop? Like, it's that want and need. I feel like it's a bit of both for me. I want a new car and I need a new car, but do I really need the new car because I've already got one that works? It's just not big enough. And I've had like 3 flat tires in the last few months. So I'm sure it's partly due to just the weight of these books that I'm putting in my car. Got to run. See you, Jada. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah. Car loan. No, never. You've got a lovely ute there. The problem with the utes is where I live here in Canberra, like it's cold here all the time. We get a lot of rain. So obviously I buy books. So I don't really want a ute where I have to, what's the word? I don't really want a ute where I have to worry about things getting wet or having those like material covers over the top of them. I'd rather have like something enclosed like a van, except I don't also want a van. I still need a family car because, so yeah, I'm looking at the Kia Carnivals. I know they're like a big people mover. I used to have a Kia Carnival, loved it, great car. And I kind of feel like it would suit me for the best of both worlds. Give me that family car, good, reliable, safe car, but also give me like a huge boot. So that would be awesome. Hey, Mossy. Any tips for international post? I find it a pain to fill out the declaration forms. Thanks, Craig. Oh, Craig, I'm with you. It is a pain. I'm not going to lie. I don't do international shipping for those reasons. I find it a little bit painful doing the forms and working out the costs of the shipping. So I'm probably not the best one to ask on international shipping. So I don't really have any tips on it because I don't do it. Occasionally I'll put shipping on it. And I have to admit that some of the items I'm getting from this hoarders haul, I feel like they probably need international shipping on them because there are some unique items that I think would be sought after worldwide. So I might end up turning some of that. I've bought a big set of scales, so I might end up turning the shipping. And I have had somebody who watches one of my videos has contacted me from Canada who wants to buy one of my items that was in the haul. So yeah, that might get me off my butt to do a Canadian listing. But yeah, I don't really have any tips for international. It is a pain. It is a pain. I think it's a pain. People who do it all the time and are used to it, it's probably not a pain for them. But for me, who would sell so few far between international items, it would be a bit of a pain. There you go, Megan. She sells quite a lot. She finds it quite easy and she does it all through her Australia Post account. So there you go. Hey, Larry, how you going? Is Australia moving to something like the global shipping program in the USA? There's talk that eBay are bringing in like merchant fulfillment where you send your items to eBay and then they ship it for you. There will be costs involved in that, in them holding all your stock and stuff. I don't know. I think it's probably a good thing that we can possibly get that offered to us. I don't know how it'll go, whether or not I'll use it. It would be handy if you didn't have the space and you needed to get your stock off site. But I don't know what the costs will be involved in it. And, you know, knowing Aussies, probably be expensive. Where are we? See you later, Toby. Question, are you buying stock while going through the large haul? Okay, so we have been in lockdown, so the shops haven't been open and our retail stores are still not open. So although we're easing restrictions and some things are allowed, our retail shops and thrift stores still don't open until the 29th of this month. So what's today? Like the 20th. So we've got another 9 days. So Will I be buying more stock? Maybe. Okay, so hear me out. One, I'm just looking forward to be able to go to a thrift store again and have a bit of a scroll. I think that will be fun. I am looking forward to just getting out and doing that as something different, because after lockdown of being here, I think that would be nice. If I go looking for any new stock, I will probably only be looking for fiction bundles, because this Hoarders Haul has no fiction bundles, and I'm out of fiction bundles to list. And I do sell a lot of bundles that are fiction related. So I think if I was to go out sourcing, I would be cherry picking. I wouldn't be buying large amounts. I would be looking for quite specific items, but I think it would be more just getting out there and taking a walk through and seeing what's out there. And so, who knows, the charity shops might be full of amazing stuff after everyone's been in lockdown and had time to like package up all the stuff they don't want, donate it to the thrift stores, and we might get some absolutely great stuff coming into the stores. But who knows? So I haven't bought the haul is the only stock that I have bought in over a few months, really, because before I moved into this shed, I took a few months off eBay. Basically, I wasn't buying, I wasn't listing, wasn't sourcing. I was just basically running sales in my store and posting the orders that I was getting. And I took some time out, so I didn't really source at all, hardly, in those times either. So I've had, I don't know, probably 4 months or so off sourcing. So I've saved a lot of money. Haven't spent any money on sourcing. It's been nice. Yeah, the car loans. I know, they are expensive. Where are we? Do you have any recommendations on courier companies to use in Australia? I don't personally use any couriers. I've always used Australia Post because I've never had any problems with them. So I can't really suggest. I know there's people who like Sendor. That's not really a courier, but is it? Yeah, I don't know for a courier. Sorry, I haven't used them. So yeah. Congrats, Richard, on 1K on the YouTube. I remember that milestone and it's very exciting. So well done on that. Disgruntled octopus. I thought the shops were opening to celebrate the Octi's birthday tomorrow. Oh, have they moved it forward? Octopus, because I know Octopus is Disgruntled Octopus, who I don't know his name. He lives locally to me. So I thought all the stores were opening on the 29th. Have they brought it forward? Maybe they have, because we've hit like a certain, percentage of people who are covered. Let me know in the chat if they're opening up tomorrow, because I'll be super excited if they are. JT's Funky Finds. If you have a My Business Australia Post, the cheapest amount to send to international is roughly $18, depending on your band. So yeah, I think normally to send to America, a small one would roughly be about, going by what Megan's helped me with, probably about $24 before you get your discount. So I guess it depends on the level that you're on for discount. So I'm on the highest level, so that's always a bonus. That's what Mrs. Octopus has said, 21st of October. I'll have to look it up. They might have moved it forward, and I haven't caught up on it. Woohoo if we can go thrifting tomorrow. But will there be anything? This is the question. Once the thrift shops open up after a lockdown, will they actually have any new stock than what they had the last day that we were in there? Because they haven't. I don't know if they've had the workers in there. They haven't been able to collect any donations. So they haven't had workers in there going through any stock. So if they don't open up till tomorrow, we're probably better off to wait a few days, really, till people start bringing in all their new stock and they start getting it out on the floor, because I would imagine that the shops are just going to be full of the exact same stuff that was there on the day of lockdown when we left it. Where are we? Tyler, Australia Post is good when you get to the tier 5 business account. It's about $5.50 for the same city to the same city, which is a great saving. Yes, Tyler, I'm on band 5. It makes a huge, huge difference. But I was one of the reasons why I didn't actually even turn my store off. When I took some time off YouTube, not YouTube, eBay. One of the reasons I didn't shut down my store completely for a period of time was I didn't want to lose my Australia Post discount, because I am on that highest rate, and because I sell books and some of the books are low end, having that highest rate is like makes a massive difference. So I always want to stay on the highest rate. And one thing I'll say to people who are Aussies and not on that highest tier, sometimes it's worth adding in some cheaper items into your store, like DVDs or CDs or books that are at that low end price that people don't think too much about, because those extra sales will move you up a level on the post, so the more sales you do, the more discount you get. So if you can throw in some of those filler type items that are low end, just to be able to get you up onto that postage discount, even if you're not making much profit on those items, it can make a big profit difference into your pocket on all your other items. Not many Sydney shops were open last week when I was there, only the big ones. Hey Sam, how you going? Will your thrift stores have sales to encourage customers back in and spend more? No idea. Last year when they closed down for a little bit with lockdown, I thought they'd got more expensive after it. So whether or not they increase prices to recoup some of the money that they lost, or whether or not they keep it the same, or if they run sales just to be bringing in that money again, I don't know. I went to a different Australia Post franchise. They bumped me straight up from band 0 to 3, and apparently there is a promo code and they give access to sellers. Yeah, I've heard that you can pretty much jump up to band 3 straight away for like a month or something, but then you have to be maintaining those sales. You won't stay on band 3 if you're not bringing in the sales. So they'll start you on band 3, but you've still got to be bringing in the amount of sales required to stay on band 3 after about a month, I think it is. Megan, you must be so close to band 5. I'm surprised you're not already there, to be honest. I reckon you'll be there within the next couple of weeks anyway. Hey Derek, how you going? So yeah, I don't know. Has anybody else got any questions for me? Anyone? It's a bit of a random live. I wasn't going to go live again. I was going to wait a couple of weeks before I did another live, but yeah, I'm here. No place like sunny Queensland. Most of the shops are open. Yes, Queensland's been quite lucky, really, hasn't it? They haven't had nearly the same, lockdowns that we've had. It was 3 months they just gave me for band 3, so just in time for Christmas. Perfect. So hopefully now you can get those up over that next few months and you'll stay at band 3. And yeah, like I said, try and include some of those lower end sales, and don't think of them as poor profit items. Think of them as activity and sales to help you get that discount on other items. Hi, Leanne. Like, I always say Leanne. I'm sure it's Leanne. Do you have any bolo authors that you always pick up at the thrift? That's a great question. Bolos. I mean, I've spoken before about always looking for the Bibles. I think Bibles are a great thing to look at for thrift stores. That always seem to make me great money. Definitely anything that I can see in there that looks like it's part of a trilogy or a set with multiple authors, I will always price those up. If the books are cheap enough, I think it's worthwhile getting those, like books that are come into like a set. Bolos, I think if I could tell you one thing to look out for, would probably be cookbooks. Don't underestimate the cookbooks. I wouldn't say there's a specific one, but even vintage cookbooks, they can sell really, really well. And a lot of the cookbooks are almost like coffee table books. So yeah, the cookbooks quite often surprise me with how much money they bring in. So I don't rule them out. I mean, some of them are average, $18, $20, $22 books. But like, I can't tell you how many cookbooks I've sold for over $40, $50. They like the ones that look like a coffee table book is what I would say if you were looking for those. So keep your eye out for those. And otherwise, bolos. I can't think of any at the moment, but yeah, not really any particular authors. There are authors that I sell a lot on repeat. Some of them not for very much money, but do you know what I mean? But it depends what you think of it as a bolo, because this is where I differ from a lot of people. To me, a bolo is something that you can go into any charity shop basically and be on the lookout to find. Some people class a bolo, be on the lookout to find, as something that's really kind of almost rare, like, I sold this branded hairbrush for $100, like, be on the lookout, but it's one of those items that you might find once ever in your reselling journey. So I would prefer to say to you, look at the cookbooks. Don't rule out the cookbooks, because you will find cookbooks in every single store that you go to. And those are the type of books that, to me, like even things like Twilight and stuff, like they're the type of books that you can pick up all the time. Like you can sell the Twilight set for $40. So if you can pick the Twilight series up for 50 cents a book, 4 books for $2, and then you can sell it for $40, that's a bolo to me. Do you know what I mean? It might not bring the most profit, but it's something that you'll find all the time. So they're the kind of things that I don't rule out. I don't really have those big bolos where I go, oh, get this. If you ever see this, make sure you find it, because like this, it's so rare and few between that you actually find this stuff. It's a shame you live in Canberra. I have a crap load of books I need to get rid of. Well, I'm sure there's somebody else in one of the other states that would love to take books. So, put out there. I find books rather intimidating with all the different copyrights and editions. How did you learn how to list the correct information, or you just show a photo of the page? Okay, that's a great question. I do try and take a photo of the internal page just so it's in my listing as reference. If I'm sitting here with the book next to me, and I'm listing, if I'm drafting it this way, I will look at the year and everything. The finding the first editions can be a little bit tricky on some books. I will admit some books are harder to read if it's a first edition or not. But I find that not all books it's a real big issue. It's more on the collectible books or the collectible authors like Stephen King, people like that those type of collectors who collects like Stephen King, they want the first edition. So those are the ones that are important. But also at the same time, those collectors will know how to read them. And if you've got a photo of it in there, you will know. Yeah, it does take a little bit of time. Some books I don't even bother to put the year, and like I'll just put unknown. Like if I don't. But if it's a more expensive book or a collectible book or something that I know somebody will be looking for and want that information, then definitely I will try and put that in. But there's some good websites out there that will explain to you about finding a first edition book. It would probably need a whole video for me to show it rather than show it here, because there's so many different books that they'll be first edition, but they look so different. It's hard for me to explain without showing it in like some kind of video form. So maybe I'll make a video on that topic about finding how to look for the first editions, because it can make a difference on the price of some books, like quite a lot. Some books will jump quite a lot if they are a first edition, and that's because they're a collectible book. Yeah. Hey Debbie, how you going? Where are we? JT's 6 away from 1,000. Well done, JT. That didn't take you long. 1,000, you're so close. You'll be there in a day. You'll be there today or tomorrow. So it's exciting when it happens. Which author sets are good sellers? I just try and look for the common ones. Like just look for regular. You kind of need to do your comps really, but look up some of the authors when you see them. Like the lot of the ones like the fantasy authors, they do really well. Some of the crime fiction ones do better than others. If you go onto the sold comps and look them up, if there's a lot of solds by a particular author, it probably is a good bet to buy, because it means they're in high demand. The only problem is sometimes those high demand, low end fiction books, that they are low end because they're in such high demand. So that's why I bundle a lot of those together, because that way, there's my puppy. I bundle a lot of those low end fiction books because, you know, they don't make a lot of money on their own, but bundling them up as a, you know, so if somebody is a popular author and you bundle them up, I find that they generally do pretty well just by that. Hey Mel, if you are looking for a car to carry your hauls, look at the Ford Super Duper. Huge Ford. Hey, stop backing. Huge 4-door ute, just add a canopy. Aaron would be jealous and you'll make a statement on the road. Yeah, I think it would need a canopy, wouldn't it, if I got a ute? I wouldn't want one of those, just like those material black things. And Aaron would be very, very jealous. He's been waiting for a new truck for so long, and he would be he's always like, why do you always get the new cars? And I'm like, well, it's kind of like we need the family car, don't we? Like when you're carting tools around all the time and they get ruined, you think, well, it's better to have a nicer family car. Anyway, hey Pop Fun to Play, how are you? Blooper behind the scene videos. I do try and throw in a blooper or two when I make a video. I don't leave them out. If a blooper happens while I'm making a video, I throw it in. With your haul, would you consider doing live unpackings? You have a great source of viewers who I can identify the comp. That's a really that's a good idea, Dave. I could. I don't know how many more boxes I've got at the shed that are actually that I haven't gone through yet, that were full of the bric-a-brac. I think most of them left there now are the books, which might be a bit more boring for me to go through. But I'll see if there's any more boxes, and I'll see if there's even some of the stuff that I did unpack last time in that video, but I don't know much about. Maybe I could even bring some of that back in and hold it back up and go, okay, let's do some live unpacking, maybe even some live listing. What am I pricing this thing at? I guess bundling them up, you can set a price of your own, which means you wouldn't have so much competition. Absolutely. Bundling gives value. The more value you give the buyer, the more chance you're going to have of selling your product. So I always find bundling such a good way. It sets your listings apart. There's less people who are competing against the same books. And yes, you're offering value for money. So it's easier to get the sale. Yeah. Thanks, Wayno. How you going? So where are we? What are we doing? We're on an hour. I think I'm going to finish this live stream up today. I'm not just going to keep waffling. So unless there's any more questions, I'm going to finish this live stream up. And, you know, just to finish it off again, I really appreciate everyone's support. And I'm just, you know, I do have good intentions with my channel, and I just wanted to kind of say that today. But I'm very, very, very grateful for all my supporters who come in here and watch my live streams and watch my videos, and I love you all. And thank you, thank you, thank you. I am forever grateful for the views that you give me. But I'm going to finish this up and go and have a coffee and get ready for my hair. Fresh hair. Yeah. See you guys. Bye. Where are we? How do I turn it off?